Okay. Again, for this problem, we have three parts. We have two angles and one side. We could go ahead and apply the laws of sines again. So we'll have sine, since we're dealing with c, this will be lowercase c. Sine of c over little c is equal to, since we're looking for BC, we're actually looking for little a. So we'll have this angle here, which is sine of a over little a. We go ahead and plug it in. Sine of c is 67 degrees over 21 is equal to sine of a, which is sine of 52 degrees over lowercase a. Again, remember what I told you guys before, that the variable is in the denominator, correct? We could rearrange this ratio as 21 over sine 67 degrees is equal to a over sine 52 degrees.
Mr. Pearson,
Yes.
but is it like necessary to do the ratio?
Yeah, it's not necessary.
It's not necessary. I like to do it for me, you know, but you don't have to do it. You could go ahead and do everything right here in this single step. I'm just trying to show you guys to make it kind of easier for you, you know. So if we want to isolate a, we multiply sine 52 degrees to both sides. This will cancel out. So now you just have to work out and solve for a. Well, again, we do sine of 52 first, multiply by 21, then divided by sine of 67. So we'll go ahead and do that first. We'll do 52 sine times 21 divided by 67 sine, and equals to a is approximately 17.977. That's the answer for the next one, which is
just like, okay, so it's kind of confusing. So can't you just do 21 times sine 52 and then divide by sine 67?
yes,
Okay, so that's just like a different.
yes,
Okay.
yeah, you're right. You could do it both ways. All right. So once you round it, you get the correct answer. So here goes the next one. Find BC. So we have this A, B, C, 30 degrees, 24 inches, 91 degrees. All right. In this case right here, we do need this angle over here. All right. So go ahead and find. We're trying to find BC. This is what we're trying to find here. So we do need this angle here. How do we find that angle? The triangle sum theorem. So what would it be? 180 minus 91 minus 30. What do we get? 45?
How do you get 45?
I don't remember this question. Isn't it
59?
59?
Yeah, it's 59.
All right, great. So now we have, this is 59 degrees over here. So now that we have 59 degrees, we could go ahead and use laws of sines, because we do have capital B, we do have lowercase b, and we do have the angle A, but we need this side over here. So we'll have sine of 59 degrees over 24 is equal to sine 91 over little a. And then we can go ahead and work it out. Again, like I said, you could write the ratio again the other way if you want. In order for you to solve for A, multiply sine 91 degrees to both sides. This will cancel out. A is approximately 91 sine times 24 divided by 59 sine. This is approximately 27.99. So it's D, 28 when you round it.
It's confusing. What's so confusing? I get it.
So let's find another one. Let's look at this one here. Okay. So in this case here, we change it around just a little bit. But in this case, we want to find the angle. This is C, 50 degrees. This is 37 centimeters, 29 centimeters, B, A, and that's it. So if we take a look at this, we do have this, and we look at the other side, this is actually going to be lowercase c. The question says find the measurement of angle A. That's what we're trying to achieve. So if we're trying to achieve that, then we need this, and we have little a. So this is the information that we have. We could go ahead and write it. Sine of A, which we don't have, we're trying to solve, over 37 is equal to sine of 50 over 29. So if we're trying to solve for this, we could go ahead and multiply 37 on both sides to leave sine of A alone. So we'll multiply by 37. We'll multiply by 37. This will cancel out. Now we have sine of A is equal to sine of 50 degrees times 37 over 29. Well, in order for us to solve for A, we have to take the inverse of it, sine -1. I'll put this in a bracket. Sine 50 degrees times 37 over 29 is equal to A. So that's what I'm performing there. So I'll go ahead and do the inside first. Okay? So it'll be 50 sine. Then I multiply that by 37. Then I divide it by the 29. And last but not least, I'll take the inverse of sine, which A is what? 77.78 is the degree when you round it.
Oh, I forgot about that.
We're good?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do another one. Alright. Here goes another one. So we have another one here. This is 11, 7, 50 degrees, and x. Okay, so in this case, we're trying to find the angle x, the measurement of angle x. That's what we're trying to find. All right, so let's think about what information will we be using in this scenario. How do we write it? Does it matter which one you label A, B, or C here? It doesn't. So I'll go ahead and label this A, B, and C. All right. So how do we start writing this? Sine of A, okay, over 7 is equal to
Sine of C.
which is what C?
50
Good.
over 11.
Over 11. That's it. So we're trying to solve for A. What should we get rid of?
7.
How do we get rid of the 7? Multiply both sides by 7. This cancels out. So we're left with sine A is equal to sine 50 times 7 over 11. Well, in this case here, we're trying to solve for the angle A. So what's the final step? Every single time we're trying to solve for an angle, you should always take the inverse of sine. So what should we do to both sides? Well, I'm going to take the inverse. -1 sine 50 times 7 over 11 gives you what? The angle A. So I want you guys to try it out and see what you guys get, and I'll work it out myself. Anybody got an answer?
29, 21, or 1.
A is approximately 29.17.
Well, 1/8 because it rounds.
When you round it, but they kept it as 29 over here. And in the scenario, when they give you this here, where you don't have the triangle, but you're just given this information, A is equal to 65. All right. They give you C, capital C, is equal to 65, and they give you lowercase a to give you 12. Well, it's the same concept. This is sine of A over little a is equal to sine of C over little c. So solve the triangle. You could go ahead and get the remaining sides. If you want to draw it, you could draw it. Doesn't really matter. Sine of 65 over 12 is equal to sine of 65. What should it be over here then? What's little c? It has to be 12. They're proportional, right? So this is 12. So we don't really have to do 65. But if this is an angle and this is an angle, then we could get angle B by using what? So what would be angle B? 50?
50.
So we're going to plug in here 50 instead and solve for little b instead. So we could go ahead and, remember I told you guys before, there's many ways of doing it. You could write it as 12 over sine 65 is equal to b over sine 50. You could do what next? Multiply what? To isolate b. Multiply sine of 50 to both sides. $50 sine times 12 divided by 65 sine. What is b? 10 point what? 14. So that's how we get the remaining parts of the triangle. Any questions?
You should do the
All right.
Could you move the calculator?
No, the one before.